I miss you.
When you think about it,
Are you coming home?
I'll be there when you wake up.
half the trips the world takes are trips home.
I'll call you soon, Dad.
It's the feeling we all eventually long to get back to. No matter what took us away to begin with, we know, because at Delta we're travelers, just like you. Which is why we try to make you feel at home long before you even get there.
Welcome to Augusta National Golf Club. It is a beautiful Thursday for the first round of the Masters. The patrons are here, and honorary starters Jack Nicklaus, Gary Player, and Tom Watson got things started just a little while ago. 11 green jackets amongst them. Welcome in to Mornings at the Masters, presented by Delta Airlines, coming to you live from our studio on the grounds of Augusta National Golf Club. I'm Hally Leadbetter alongside Roger Steele. Live golf is underway here, but today we're getting you started with the wake-up call. Roger, first thing you thought about when your alarm clock went off very early this morning?
Very early this morning, but you know what? I'm gonna get a little emotional here.
Let's do it.
The very first thing that I thought about this morning was my most impactful Masters tournament experience, and that was the 1997 Masters Championship when Tiger Woods won by those 12 shots. And the reason that it was so impactful was because me and my dad sat and watched that on the edge of his bed the entire final round.
So cool.
And I got to see how much my dad was a Tiger fan, and I also got to see how much my dad was a Masters fan. And that became a tradition for us, you know? And then we followed that up with the 2019 Masters and Tiger getting it done there. And me and my dad sat in that exact same spot. And instead of just my dad shedding tears back in 97, me and him both did it in 19.
Oh, I love that.
It was just the most beautiful thing. And you know, just real quick, one more note. It's just, I think that when they say that the Masters is a tradition unlike any other, that's more than about just the tournament. I really think that that's an opportunity for families out there to really make the Masters mean something to you. If you love golf, if you love this Masters tournament, you have the opportunity to put that tradition into your family and make everyone a lover of it. I really feel like this is a holiday, and I really believe in the power of this tournament to bring people together, and I can't be a bigger fan of what's about to happen this week.
Well said. Happy Masters Week,
Happy
Roger.
Masters Week.
2019, I also shed quite a few tears in 2019. I was actually in the press center. Most of my colleagues, I think, were out around the green, but I was sitting in the press center just bawling, just tears. It was such an incredible moment. And a friend of mine who was working the tournament as well, it was her first ever golf tournament, Roger. So the Masters being your first golf tournament, I mean, I think you're good. Like, just close the book. But you can't get any better. Plus the fact that it was, you know, just the Tiger with that incredible comeback. It was so cool.
That was a special year.
Very special year. Very special year. Well, the first thing I thought about this morning, honestly, was just coffee, because coffee tastes better out of a Masters mug. It really does. Whether, of course, the mornings at the Masters mug also tastes really good out of there.
It's a close second.
But my Masters mug, I drink coffee most days at home out of a Masters mug. But Roger, I'm telling you, if I wasn't sitting here with you this morning, I would be down at Amen Corner sipping a cup of Joe to start my day. So that is honestly, I woke up, my alarm went off, and I was like, I need coffee so badly, and it just tastes better out of a Masters mug.
I love that too.
Yeah.
We had great morning thoughts. All right, now it is time for menu of the day. The tournament's practice area is buzzing this morning, and so are we, because Hally filled our cups with a little bit of extra coffee. We're gonna take a look back at the par 3 where Hally caddied for Tony Finau.
Yeah. Pretty cool. And we have two massive guests in the studio, Michelle West and Ken Griffey Jr.
Plus, Hally and I learned how to be volunteers at the information board, and I do have to say, it is much harder than
Yeah,
it looks.
we are going to leave that to the pros. Plus, we give you our groups to watch in the first day of play at the Masters. Really, really cool. Roger, you and I, we've been here since Friday, running around, excuse me, not running, speed walking.
Speed walking. Both feet
around,
on the ground.
Both feet on the ground. Speed walking around to give everybody a look at the Patron experience. Take a look at my travel vlog presented by Delta Airlines. This is how I got here, you guys. Fly with me to Augusta on Delta Airlines. Early flight to Atlanta, so I grabbed a coffee. Ordered around 6:50 for our 6:15 takeoff. Good morning. The pleasure is all mine. Of course, had to grab some famous Delta Biscoff cookies. And I used the free Wi-Fi to get some work done and browse masters.com. Once I landed in Atlanta, I headed to the Delta Sky Club for my layover. Check out this Wi-Fi password. How cool is that? Got a quick yummy lunch and headed to the gate. I saw a ton of people sporting their Masters gear, pumped for this coming weekend. Hopped on the next flight to Augusta and was there before I knew it. Touchdown. What an incredible setup in the Augusta airport. They've got a tribute to all the holes, a selfie station, got my bags, and I'm ready for a great week at the Masters tournament. All right, you know we love a poll on Mornings at the Masters. Have you guys ever made a hole-in-one on a par 3 course? Yes, no, or maybe you just don't play golf, which is totally fine, because you can still enjoy the Masters tournament experience.
All right, so let's see how the poll is shifting. A lot of people saying no, and I understand. Okay, these standards right now are starting to make a lot of sense to me. People saying no, they haven't had one is the reason why they probably don't respect them the way that they should. You know, okay. I see some people chiming in, but still a lot of no's.
Have you had a hole-in-one on a par 3 course?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Okay.
And it was a very exhilarating experience. Very exhilarating experience.
Okay, well, I think that brings us to our discussion.
Let's have a talk, Hally.
Let's have a talk, because you and I, we've been beating around the bush, and we just need to lay it out there. Does a hole-in-one on a par 3 course count?
On the count of 3, let's say our answers. 1, 2, 3.
No.
Yes, of course.
No, of course not. Okay, let me just say, it counts at this golf course. Any hole-in-one on the Augusta National property counts. I would count that. But any other par 3 course, absolutely not. It does not.
That was a fair cop-out, but let me respond to you with that. My thought is, if there's a designated tee box and there's a regulation size hole and you hit one shot into said hole, by definition, that is a hole-in-one.
Yeah, but there's an asterisk on it, Roger. I mean, you're playing multiple par 3s in a row and probably usually much shorter yardages. So I just don't. I don't think it's the, par 4, par 5, par 3. It's like, okay, time for a hole-in-one. I just think it's different. Again, I will say it counts if it's on property here.
It counts. Okay, one more thing, but there is a secret art to making hole-in-ones on a par 3 course where you have to take all of these different things into consideration, landing behind the hole, ripping it back into the hole. It's a process and a strategy all its own, and it deserves its credit.
Okay, well, hold on. I'm getting told that there are people in the chat saying that it's a yardage thing. So if it's over 60 yards, then it does count. And I believe all the par 3s are between 90 and around 150 at Augusta National, all the par 3 holes on the par 3 course. So that already checks that box, if that was your concern.
I'm still going under 60 yards. I still think that we're good. Under 60 yards. Look. There's an art to it, and what I will say in closing, and I'll rest my case after this, a lot of the people that don't think that hole-in-ones count on par 3 courses have just never experienced them, and there's a little bit of animosity there, a little bit of jealousy there. Hally, have you had one on a par 3 course before?
No, I've had
Okay.
I've had 3 on a regular
and then I
course,
rest
Roger.
my case. Is there a gavel in here?
Okay.
Can
No.
I make a very a mic drop or something?
We'll get you a gavel for Friday. All right. Well, however you feel about it, there were quite a few hole-in-ones yesterday. Let's take a look at those.
Okay, Keegan Bradley here, still campaigning to be the player captain for this year's Ryder Cup. Oh my God. Max Homa was commentating on this one, and he called it the most perfect shot he's seen before it even went in.
I just like to look how excited the kids are. Here's Tom Hoagie. After he made this, his little baby was screaming, which would just say tears of joy.
It was a lot of loud noises. A lot of great sandwiches at Augusta. Tom Hoagie is one of them.
Kepka, this is a classy shot right here.
It is. A little bit of anticipation there. Now, let's not forget that, you know, when Brooks Koepka shows up to the Masters, he's got his major method. He hasn't told us quite how it works, but you could just always imagine that Brooks is locked in.
Absolutely, definitely. Well, here's Max Homa. He had a special announcement before the par 3 contest. Congratulations to the Homas using a baby caddy jumpsuit. Max and Lacey announced they are expecting another baby. Like, what an awesome place to do an Instagram baby announcement, Roger.
This is where you bring all of your big family announcements.
And here's Cam Homa just hanging out with little Sammy Spieth, talking club selection. Oh, that is so cute, living his best life. But honestly, so was I, because I got to jump in and caddy a hole with Tony Finau and his family. Take a look at this. All right, Finau family, so you're cool if I join you for one hole?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. Let's go, Finau fresh.
Yes, that's right, certified. Let's go.
What are the tips for being a good caddy, guys? I need you to tell me.
Yeah, you gotta tell it to him straight.
Tell it to him straight. Tony, how special is it to be able to do this with your family?
This is the best. I mean, this is my favorite day of the week.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I love having them. It's like bring your kids and your family to work day.
Oh, I love that.
And to be able to do it in this setting is like a dream come true.
I love that. Has anybody hit a shot yet, or will anybody hit a shot?
Dre's always hits number 9.
Okay.
So he made the excuse last year that he used my club, and that's why he hit it in the water.
Okay.
So I told him, I said, well, we can get rid of that excuse and you just bring your club.
Okay,
so
all right.
He got his club this year, so no excuses.
Well, were you happy with this one, or what are we thinking?
I wasn't far from where I was trying to hit it because I know it goes to the right, but I just missed a little left. So now we got to deal with this fast putt.
Okay, you gonna give him a read?
Yeah, come give me a read, big dog. Tell me where I need to kill it.
Ooh.
Good read.
Good read. So nice to be in here with your dad, I bet, because you get to see.
And it just feels like you're a celebrity.
It feels like you're a celebrity. Well, you are a celebrity. I mean, look at you. You're so cool.
You and your bucket hat.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for letting me join you.
Hally,
good luck to the Tony fam this week. It's gonna be exciting.
Thank you.
All right.
It's gonna be great.
Now, Hally, there's not a lot of times that I have FOMO, but that experience gave me major FOMO.
I'm sorry, Roger. They only had room for one more. The Finau family is very large.
It's a lot.
And so, yeah, I was able to join them. I mean, they are so passionate about the Masters, and Tony said it's kind of like bring your family to work day, and he just loves experiencing that with his kids, which was so cool. And I mean, I was this 8th caddy that he had, so we were all together, and it was really so much fun. And the patrons are out there clapping and all. Again, I'm really into the babies in the baby jumpsuits. I just think they're the cutest thing ever. And also that caddy outfit, like the whole fit with the sneakers, and I had my green glasses. The caddy jumpsuit is very comfortable, by the way. If anybody was ever wondering, super comfortable.
I had it yesterday. I was not in a rush to give it back.
Oh, me too. I was like, can I? No, I probably would get in very big trouble if I didn't give it back. All right, well, what a par 3 contest it ended up being. It actually went to a playoff. Here's JJ Spawn at the 8th tee.
And this is like I was telling you earlier, Hally, there's a strategy to making hole-in-ones at par 3 courses. Near ace right there, drips it down to the front underneath the hole, and makes this one to get back in tie for the lead.
That was actually to take the solo lead at 5 under. Nico stuck it close here and made this to tie at 5 under. Going to a playoff. This is the 2nd playoff hole. Lands it perfectly, spinning it back.
You see, I keep telling you, that's the strategy. It's a different type of art.
And let's see what JJ can do here.
So JJ in retaliation here. Now this was a questionable shot. I had to ask myself here, was JJ trying to do that just to let Nico get a little dub under his belt early in the week?
All right, well, the birdie putt goes in, and Nico wins the 2025 par 3 contest in his Masters tournament debut.
Okay, that was a pretty good leaderboard right there. Now, I'm going to call out something. We got Nico at the top, but we also have my first-timer pick, Matt McCarty down there, T4.
There we
so,
go.
I mean, we're still neck and neck as far as this whole fantasy thing.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
But to my boy Nico, you are a champion at the Masters. No matter what anybody says, you are a champion at the Masters.
We've been talking about Nico a lot on Mornings at the Masters.
Yeah.
We got to get him in the studio.
When we come back on Mornings at the Masters, presented by Delta Airlines, we have Michelle Wee West joining us on set.
But next, one of the great traditions at the Masters is placing your chair. And you guys, there is an art to this. Roger and I got to dig into it yesterday. Take a look. We're here at the South Village Golf Shop. We just got our chairs. Now, there's a certain art to placing a chair. Roger, where should we go?
I was thinking about this. Maybe we should go behind 2 so we could get the approaches in the 2 and we get tee shots on 3 and 8.
Okay, 2 is great, but I mean, amen corner, you can't beat it. 11, 12, 13, all right there.
That is iconic, but we have spent a lot of time there.
True, true.
What if we go behind 18?
I want to save 18 for Sunday, though.
You make another good point.
What about 16? 16. All right, let's do it.
I was thinking that at first. Why not just say it?
No, wrong way. No running.
I love walking that Hally shot. Dress to the 9s. No, that's to the 10s.
So good. Hey guys, how's it going?
How are you?
So what made you choose 16 today?
Well, it's our first time here. We've got Patrick Reed coming down 15.
Okay, Masters champion.
The turtle is clout chasing at this point. Like, let's be honest.
This turtle is like literally like I dare you to hit me.
Why'd you all choose to chill out here at 16?
You know, it's such an iconic hole. It's like there's not many other better places to be, you know, between here, 12 or whatever. But this is, you know, across the water. You get to see him try to skip it in there, maybe make a hole-in-one. You never know.
Does a hole-in-one on a par 3 course count as a real hole-in-one?
I don't think so.
So what made you guys want to place your chairs here on 16?
Oh, these aren't our chairs. Do you need to sit?
No. You guys are allowed to sit here. No, that's totally a fine thing. Skip it. Skip it.
And the most important part is that there's a concession stand right there for cold beer and sandwiches. How about that, Roger?
I've been waiting on that response all day.
Are we going to react to the poll? Hey, we can see.
Okay, we have a poll for you all. Where would you place your chair at the Masters? You obviously saw where me and Hally placed ours, and the choices are 18th green, amen corner, number 16, or anywhere next to a concession area. How about that?
All right, number 16. Oh, it's a tie right now between number 16 and amen corner.
I like this.
Next to concessions. There we go, guys.
I see people starting to rationalize what it means to be next to the concession area.
I think a lot of factors go into this. Like
this is,
how many, oh wow. So, like
18
how many days are you coming? Is it a one-day thing? Are you here for the whole week? Do you have time to jump around during the day? There's a lot of factors that go into this.
Yeah, I think most importantly it's a time thing. And I see 18 taking the lead, and I assume that that's because people are thinking about the finish of the tournament. You want to pick that 18 spot on Sunday.
Yeah, well, one of the things that we noticed in the piece too is like you can leave a chair and come back.
You
right?
can.
So
you can.
that also goes into it.
Hi, Michelle Wee West. This is my first time here at Augusta National, and gotta try the sandwiches. Okay, first off, pimento cheese. I just rip it. Fluffy white bread. Okay. Cheesy. Egg salad. I'm a fan of egg salad, so I'm excited for this one. Oh, barbecue. Okay. Oh. Heard a lot about this. Georgia peach ice cream sandwich. Oh. Nice.
Joining us now in studio, she's a major champion, a force in the golf world, and a Masters tournament sandwich expert. It's Michelle Wee West. Michelle, as we saw, you were one of the leading authorities of food at Augusta. So we got you some breakfast sandwiches because those were not part of your sandwich review.
So if you don't mind, Michelle, we would really like to have you review these and just tell us
In real time.
Where do they fit? Where do they fit in your rankings, in the power rankings.
Okay, we're gonna eat on live television.
Yeah.
Okay,
Of course,
what
I'll
could
take
go
a bite
wrong?
too. It's totally fine. Okay, so we've got a chicken biscuit and a sausage biscuit.
Okay.
Which one? Okay, actually, you take one and I'll take one. How about? Which one would you like?
I'm a sausage.
Sausage?
girl.
Okay, I'm gonna do a chicken.
And I think expert in Masters food sandwiches should be in my bio at all times.
Absolutely. Put it in your Instagram bio.
I love it.
And on LinkedIn.
U.S. Women's Open champion, Masters tournament food expert. All right. I mean,
I don't feel left out at all, people.
sorry, Roger.
I don't feel left out
You
at
want to
all.
bite the other side?
It's fine.
We can
It's
share a
fine.
sandwich.
Come on.
I feel like you need to join in on
We'll
the
pass it
experience.
around.
I think the people would be.
We're all really close.
I would be remiss if I didn't share a sausage biscuit with Michelle with you.
I love it. So good. What do you think?
This is comforting. You're the expert, though, so please ignore my novice opinions.
Please.
Okay, hold on. I need a moment to think about that. And then now, chicken. Oh, God. Okay. Biscuit flakes flying everywhere.
Biscuits are flaky. Can't confirm.
Okay. Ooh, Masters tray. I bought that in merch shop the other day.
Great merch. Great purchase.
I'm usually a sausage biscuit person. But today, the chicken one.
Chicken. Okay. The chicken one for sure. I mean, they're both so good. You can't go wrong, you guys. But both biscuits are incredible. Michelle, I got to be with you for your first time at Augusta National in 2023. We saw the sandwich piece there. Curious, when you came on the grounds, what were your initial thoughts? What was your initial impression?
It was so cool. The first time I came, I only walked between the Big Tree and Berkman's, which are two amazing places, but I didn't have time to go to the golf course. And this year, went out to Amen Corner, saw 16, saw a couple guys skip it. It was truly magical. I was here for the Augusta National Women's Amateur and got to see a couple of girls compete, saw Asterisk hole out on the first hole. Overall, it's such a magical place. I said to my agent walking in today, and I said, and we were by the welcome gates, and everyone that steps foot in this place, you just walk by, everyone has the biggest smile on their faces. And there's something about that that's so heartwarming. And, everyone that's here, they're living out their golf dream, their bucket list. Everyone's here. Either they're here for the first time or the 100th time. Everyone has the same look on their face, and it's so magical.
Roger, it's kind of like you said when we were opening up the show. It's like a holiday for golfers. Whether you're here or whether you're not here, you're at home. It's a celebratory week, which is really cool.
It's so cool to see a bunch of adults walking into a space and looking like kids again.
Yeah.
Like they're walking to an amusement park or something.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. So I wanted to ask you, major champion, here we are on a Thursday at the Masters. What would be going through your mind, like at this moment, in this situation, at this time?
I'd be nervous. We would play these big venues, and sometimes the venues can psych you out. Sometimes you can get nervous, but I always felt like if I brought myself to, those patrons that are all here with the big smile on your faces, I feel like if I put myself in that mentality of being like, wow, like soaking it in, being like, wow, I'm here, I'm excited, I feel like that's when I always played my best instead of getting intimidated by the venue and being like, oh my God, I'm here. So there's different ways to shape it. I'm sure every player out there right now, I always felt the nervous on Thursday. You just need to get a good first couple of holes in and then you're ready to go.
I love that. So when you are nervous on the first hole, and is there something that you say to yourself, or I think what you said before about just being grateful to be here and how cool that you get to play at a place like this and play in front of incredible patrons. When you are nervous on the first hole, what are you saying to yourself? How are you sort of calming your heart rate down when you are about to hit a tee shot to kick off a major championship?
Yeah, I think gratitude is super important. I love it. I think it just helps you look at the world in a different lens. And once you can do that, because there's so many great things about your life. And if you're here teeing it up, you're doing something right. So I think gratitude is always a thing. I always listen to music, and I always was a crowd looker. I love looking at the crowds. I don't know, it would help me distract. I would find something funny, and I just would look around and talk. And if I just had fun and treated golf as a game, I always felt like I played my best.
And let me ask you another question. Would you rather get off to a slow start, fast start or be in the middle of the
hot start.
Hot start and
Hot
just hold
start.
the lead?
Yeah, why would
You want wire-to-wire pressure?
Yeah, why would you want to be chasing the lead when you can be the lead?
I mean, there are a lot of benefits from being the underdog or having to chase. The pressure of holding a lead versus going and taking the win.
Oh my gosh, I would much rather have a 4-shot lead than to be the underdog and be chasing the lead. Are you kidding me?
I've never won a major. I don't even know why I'm getting so.
Roger, I was like, and what
getting...
experience are you pulling from?
I'm just saying though, it's just I think that there's an art to holding a lead that a lot of people don't get a lot of reps with, that makes it more comfortable to say, hey, all of the focus is on them to try to protect something. I'm gonna go take it from them versus.
No, I always loved holding a lead. I love fast starts. If you can start birdie, 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 why would you choose that? Why would you choose par, par, par over birdie, birdie, birdie to start with?
I will say though, there have been past champions, Scotty Scheffler, John Rahm, that have started with, very questionable first holes and gotten off to very slow starts and then just built up. I even think Tiger in '97, his first 9 was a 40. You know what I mean? So I didn't know.
No, but you also have to account for nerves.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter who you are, if you're teeing it up here, you're going to be nervous. So those questionable starts are probably that. I think if you ask anyone, you would much rather start with a birdie than a questionable par.
Let us know in the comments.
Are we doing a new poll? Should we do a new poll?
We probably should. I don't know if we have time to queue up that poll, but definitely let us know in the comments if you want to get off to a hot start or a lukewarm start like Roger. Yeah. Anyways, let's move over to the putting green because that's where we like to play our games.
Okay.
We're going to stand, we're going to stretch. You can hit some putts if you want, but I might give it a go here. Birdie or bogey, Michelle? Birdie, you agree. Bogey, you do not. A past Masters champion will take home the green jacket this week.
Birdie is agree and bogey is disagree. Birdie.
Okay.
A past?
Wait, but hold on. I feel this is a trick question.
No, it's not.
A past Masters champion will take home the green jacket.
So someone that has a green jacket will get another one.
Yes, but I also would like a certain someone who doesn't have a green jacket to get a green jacket.
Okay.
So do you think they will or do you think they won't?
I think they...
You think the certain someone who is in pursuit of that green jacket?
Yes, I'm hoping. But I don't know.
Okay, so
a par. I'm going too much pressure.
Okay, well we're gonna give you a birdie. What do you say, Roger?
I'm going bogey.
You're going bogey.
I'm going bogey.
I'm gonna go par as well with Michelle. I'm gonna go bogey. No, I'm gonna go. I don't know. I can now see how that's confusing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go bogey with Roger because I think it's yes. Yeah, we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. The winning score will be better than 9 under.
Birdie.
Okay, birdie
as well.
I'm going birdie as well.
I feel like the course, I think, is going to be perfect weather. I didn't see a lot of wind in the forecast. There's a little bit of moisture that's still there, so it'll play a little bit softer, even though I know they got the sub-air things and they can, make those greens do whatever they want. I just think that people are going to play well this week.
Okay, and last one. This is a really hard-hitting one. Are you guys ready? A peach ice cream sandwich should be considered a sandwich.
It's not as easy as you think.
You said what? That's not as easy as you think. That is an eagle. That is this is not a sandwich. You're not counting this as a sandwich?
Well, what's your definition of a sandwich, I guess?
There's 2 pieces of
something?
Breaded substances and things in the middle.
And some sort of protein, which you could consider ice cream.
This is, Michelle, I thought we were going to bond over this.
But I think I just like disagreeing with you.
guys really
I think I like
disagree a
working you up.
Michelle, would you like a peach ice cream sandwich?
I would love.
She still likes them.
Only if we both agree that it is a birdie and this is a sandwich.
Birdie.
Let's go, birdie.
All right, we all agree. They're all sandwiches. You guys enjoy your ice cream. Bad week to be dairy-free. I think I'm gonna have to break that.
Oh, that's so sad.
I know it's sad.
Hally, I'm doing good. This is only my 3rd one of these this week.
Wow, I'm gonna break my
every
dairy-free
day.
streak for this week. You gotta have one of those.
We have a lot more to come here. Mornings at the Masters, the patrons are out. Players underway at Augusta National, and we cannot wait to bring it right back with you here at Mornings at the Masters, presented by Delta Airlines.
I miss you.
When you think about it,
Are you coming home?
I'll be there when you wake up.
half the trips the world takes are trips home.
I'll call you soon, Dad.
It's the feeling we all eventually long to get back to. No matter what took us away to begin with, we know because at Delta we're travelers, just like you, which is why we try to make you feel at home long before you even get there.
Around Augusta National will point you to all the important places. But if you have any questions, head to the information board where volunteers will be happy to assist you. Yesterday, we got some training from some expert volunteers and put our knowledge of the grounds to the test as patrons asked us questions. We're here with two of our star volunteers. You guys, what are the keys to making sure the patrons have the best Masters tournament experience possible?
We are here for the purpose of giving information to all patrons, all spectators. We are often their first experience with the Masters golf tournament.
I know that there's a lot of patrons here, which means that there are a lot of questions. What is the most frequently asked question that you get here at the information board?
Where's Founder Circle? Aiming Corner, 16, everything to what time is it?
All right, Hally, I think that was a great intro.
Yep.
How about me and you give this a shot?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Hey, excuse me, do you know where the tournament practice area is?
Tournament practice area. Just follow the patrons through this corridor, keep on going, and you'll run right into it.
And there's a junior section where you guys can get autographs. Can I help you guys with anything? You need anything? Okay. No?
Do you know where 16T is?
Oh, 16 is step. Oh.
It's definitely that way. Oh, it is that way. It's that way. Go. It's that way. Go ahead. It's that way.
Good luck.
I promise. Roger's taking pictures, people.
Excuse me, how do we get to Founder Circle?
You're just gonna walk right up here past the clubhouse and around the corner.
And I promise you'll see the signs.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Excuse me, could y'all tell us how to get to Aiming Corner?
Absolutely, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
And the corner's that way. I think it's.
You know what? Let's just leave this to the pros. Roger.
We should.
You'll find it. All right, we've been listening to the chat. Let's check in on some of your comments and what you guys want to talk about. Who has a better shot at the green jacket, Rory or Bryson?
This is interesting. So, I think that they are both equally qualified to win the green jacket.
I think Rory's more qualified.
I think that Brian, as I've been spending more time consuming Bryson content out in the world
Okay, but you're letting your fandom overtake.
I'm a huge Rory fan. Hold on,
Okay.
stop that. I'm a huge Rory fan, but I think that Bryson plays a pretty pronounced draw. Rory's been getting into a fade this year, and I think that Bryson's just game and his power, especially with the course playing a little bit softer, he just has a little bit of an edge there on Rory. And I just think shot shape-wise, I think relaxation-wise, I think his, run of getting things done in clutch moments, I do think that Bryson is in a good position to get things done this week.
Okay, well, I agree. I think those are some really good points. I also think that Rory's done a ton of work with Dr. Bob Rotella, and if you haven't heard of him, he's one of the biggest sports psychologists in golf, and he's helped so many people win a lot of Masters tournaments. And so hearing him in his pressers, he's just seems so calm. It seems like he's done a lot of work, and I think he's in a really great place. He's trying to find joy on the golf course, and I think if he can do that, I think his game is there. I think he's going to do it.
Okay.
So we will see.
We will see. I would not be mad at either one of those. Okay.
Yeah, I'd be happy with both.
Somebody in the chat asked, how sweet is Fred Couples' swing?
Literally the sweetest. When I watch Fred Couples swing, I swear I hit the ball better because it's just the most buttery rhythm you've ever seen.
There's a few people on tour that if you just get time at the range and you don't have anything going on, you could just sit there and watch them for about 30 minutes, and without you even moving a muscle, you become a better golfer. Yeah. Fred Couples is one of those.
Right. Honestly, any of these, generally most of these players.
Not all of them. Not all of them.
Really?
Not all of them.
But sometimes if you look at a swing that's maybe super quick, you start swinging out, maybe doing a little bit more than you are physically capable of,
Yeah.
But Fred Couples, I think you're right. Fred Couples, that swing, it's just so buttery. It kind of makes me think of that saying, swing easy, hit hard. And I think being able to have good rhythm, we can all benefit from, for sure. So the grounds, I think it's beautiful. The swing is so, so beautiful. And speaking of beautiful things, there are a lot of amazing things to take pictures of. During the practice rounds, patrons can bring their own cameras to capture the beauty of Augusta National. What camera are you using? We asked them.
I'm a really old guy, and this is a really old camera.
Nothing too fancy, just like a single point shoot.
It's a mirrorless camera, but has a smaller sensor.
Click this button right here, and then...
We just got it last night. Oh gosh, where did we get that?
A decade ago. My first time taking her for a rip. What a better place than the Masters. Just taking pictures of the fellows.
He makes us look good.
Got to get some pictures of the flowers.
Signage, just groups of people.
Players, places, azaleas, club sandwich, the menu board.
Not having a cell phone is kind of freeing in a way.
Actually, awesome. Yes. You only have to have 2 or 3 that end up being any good, and then those end up with the ones on the wall, hopefully.
It's beyond great. It's wonderful.
It's the best. That's why I'm trying to get a few pictures right away so I can put it away. Hopefully the battery dies soon so I can just take everything in and enjoy it.
Welcome back to Mornings at the Masters, presented by Delta Airlines. It is a picture-perfect day at Augusta National as the opening round of this year's Masters has begun. There is one photographer who's been absolutely crushing it in his first tournament. Check out these photos by one of the club's photographers for Masters.com. Beautiful.
Okay.
Really awesome.
All right.
So pretty. And we are so honored to welcome this photographer on our set right now. Ken Griffey Jr., welcome to Mornings at the Masters.
Hey, how are you guys?
The Ken Griffey Jr., what's up?
Nothing, just hanging out.
Ken, you said something when you just came on set. You gotta let the people know. What did you say?
Par 3 hole-in-ones don't count.
Come on.
Well, they got an asterisk behind it.
Yes, and you know what's funny though? As Michelle Wee West walked out, she said, hey, Hally, par 3 hole-in-ones do count. So now we're tied, Roger. Now we're tied.
Can we talk about this for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so first of all, why not to invalidate you or disrespect you, sir? I'm a huge fan, but why don't they count?
Do my home runs count in the home run derby?
I see what you're trying to do here. Okay, so look, when you go play a par 3 course, you are playing a round of golf.
And I step into the batter's box.
I see what you're trying to do. I see where you're going with this.
There's a pitcher.
I see where you're going with this.
There's some fielders.
I see where you're going with this. But that is an exhibition. I believe that when you step onto a par 3 course.
That's an exhibition?
No. There are designated holes, and just like an actual game, there are innings, there's structure to how you play it.
So putt-putt counts in that too?
You said what?
Oh.
Putt-putt?
No, because you don't call it a putt-putt golf course, it's a putt-putt course. The word golf is eliminated from putt-putt.
No. They call it golf course.
Yeah, they do. Putt-putt course, putt-putt golf course.
You don't.
I think you're just pulling things out of thin air right now.
You don't get the ball. You don't get the ball into the air.
Some people do.
Some people do. That's true. All right, we're going to probably be here forever. We can discuss this. We'll take this offline. We'll do a nice walk down to Amen Corner all together and discuss this further.
We could discuss.
But we got to talk to you about why you're here, Ken. Photography is why you're here at the Masters. Tell us how you got into photography.
It was actually the only way I could see my kids. I was still playing, and I understand what my dad felt like coming to watch me play. But now with social media, it was a little different. They were like, oh, Ken's here. And so actually my daughter literally stopped dribbling a basketball and just looked at me. And she was 5. And I was like, okay, I've got to pay more attention to what's going on. And I figured nobody's messing with the photographer. Well, let me pick it up. Let me try it. And I got a couple photographer friends who sent me a couple cameras and lenses and said, here you go. and didn't tell me anything about it. Just don't put it on auto. I was like,
I'm an auto girl.
yeah, and I was like,
you put it on auto, that's a hole-in-one at the par 3 course, right?
wow. I mean, kinda. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, you know, usually you see fathers and sons taking their kids. Now, if the kid gets it, I agree. But you're a grown man.
We're gonna keep coming
now
back to this the
manhood
whole
is being
show.
questioned because, first of all, have you ever had a hole-in-one on a par 3 course?
No, I've had them on real golf
Okay.
courses.
So like I was saying earlier, ladies and gentlemen out there in the chat, if you haven't had one, you don't know the thrills and the excitement and the jubilee.
Do you buy the drinks after on a?
Oh.
Do you what?
Do you buy the drinks after on a hole-in-one on a par 3?
Well, you know the way that my pockets is set
up. Okay, Roger.
I generally stay away from that. So tell me.
7-Up, Sprite.
Yeah. All of that stuff, all of the ceremony on the back end is still the same. It's still. I treat it exactly the same. But so tell me, what has your Masters experience been like? What is it like just being here at Augusta National?
It's been unreal.
Yeah.
You know, I got a chance to play it a couple years ago. I'm very superstitious. And like when I mean very superstitious, I literally played 3 Hall of Fame games in Cooperstown and never went or looked at the building until I was in it. And we had a rain delay, and they were like, hey, we're going to the hall. You going? I'm like, no. I stayed in a little gym for like 3.5 hours. And even when we were driving, when I was actually at the hall Wednesday or Thursday, we had to make a left, and the hall was on the right. And I literally looked left that we were driving down the street. And the first time I saw it is when I walked in it.
Wow.
So I said, I am not going to go to a Masters until I play it. And I got the opportunity a couple years ago, and then got the opportunity to shoot it. And it's been unbelievable and wild.
That is a flex of a position. I'm not going to the Masters till I play it.
Yeah, that's really amazing.
That's King Griffey Jr.
And now you're working and shooting for Masters.com, which is amazing. We do have a question from the chat, Ken. People want to know, what is more satisfying, crushing a golf ball or hitting a home run?
Hitting a home run.
Okay. All right. What would you say the equivalent of, is there a good equivalent in golf of hitting a home run?
Yeah, crushing that 330-yard drive.
Okay.
No, there are some comparisons.
You got 330 in the tank?
Yeah. And every now and then I lay it down and walk off and leave it there.
You do?
Like it's so, like, because I play with my friends, and I'll hit one and I'll just lay it down and go on to the cart.
I got to ask you a question. You know, the Masters is all about anniversaries, celebrating big moments. Today is April 10th. Do you know what today is? Yeah,
my dad's birthday.
Today is your dad's birthday?
Yep, it's an easy way to give him a gift. Hit a home run on his birthday.
And April 10th, what was it? 1989.
1989.
That was your very first home run.
And then it was in 2000, because I hit number 400 on his birthday too. Wow. It's an easy way not to pay for something. Father's Day, Mother's Day.
Turn on the TV, Dad. I got you something.
Yeah, I got you. Here you go. Take this with you.
Man, this is so amazing.
That is
so amazing.
That is really cool. Ken, we asked David Wright yesterday the differences or similarities in technique. So, I mean, we got some space here. Can you show us? Actually, let's go over to the green. We like to do our games and golf demonstrations on the green.
So show me this 330-yard move.
Yeah, like we got a putter, but maybe just kind of show us similarities, differences in the golf swing versus baseball.
For one, is balance.
Yeah.
Step up here. Give us a.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm like this, you know. But in baseball, I lean forward. In golf, you lean back. So there was a lot of things that I had to do and think about subconsciously. You know, when you start off driving, you're like, hey, put your arm here. Well, I lean this way because I want my shoulders tilted down.
Yeah.
Because I want to be able to drive the ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I had to stop a whole lot of things. You know, the other thing is, you want your toe flared open a little bit. No, I want mine closed. I hit pigeon-toed.
In golf?
No, in baseball.
In baseball, okay.
So I stand like this in baseball. So it was a lot of things that I had to untrain and then train over, which I hit a big old slice.
Yeah.
Because I was like, my golf swing is not going to mess up my baseball swing. And it took me like 5 years to learn how to turn over because I'm not used to getting here and going, okay, you got to get it here. I was like, okay, we're going to hit this slice. And I'd aim on, like we were playing a dog leg right, I would aim like, say if we're playing one here.
Yeah.
I would probably, when I first started, aim over the player's locker room.
Oh, wow. 4.
Oh, no, I'd bring it back.
Oh, okay, we'll come back.
Yeah.
But if just people were like, where's he going?
Yeah.
Oh, pretty good.
It was just...
If you get 330 out of moving the ball that much, you probably hit it 500 yards.
No, that was then. Now I can get it over.
Okay.
I can aim straight.
So you kept the main thing, you made sure that the golf swing never messed with the baseball swing.
Well, I was still playing. And by the time, what's funny is like my friends would bet me real, early.
Yeah.
And right before spring training, when I started getting good, they stopped betting me and then wait for the next year. Because they knew once I come back from spring training, I mean, the season, my golf game was all over the place. But we talked about, earlier you talked about how watching somebody. I lived in Alworth and Tiger lived there. And I would sit there and watch Tiger play. And we played a few times, okay, a whole lot of times. But just sitting there watching him and Mark O'Meara, practice and what they were working on. I was like, okay, let me go ahead and do this, try to implement this in my game. And I went from a 13 handicap to like a 6 in the off season.
Wow. With no lessons, just watching.
Yeah, no
just
lessons.
Being in the environment.
No lessons.
Just soaking in the visual information.
Well, that kind of goes back to what we were talking about Fred Couples' swing. Like, just by watching it, you kind of just absorb this incredible rhythm. So, Ken, you've obviously seen a lot of really great swings, but mentioning maybe the difficulty of transitioning from a baseball swing to a golf swing. I'm curious, we got a question in the chat. Worst swing you've ever seen?
Ooh. Worst swing? Like golf?
Yeah. Any of your friends that are trying to pick it up?
Yeah, I got some bad ones, but, I can't really throw them out there like
okay,
that.
that's nice. I appreciate that.
They know who they are.
They know exactly who they are.
Oh, yeah. But, we still play every day. I mean, every Saturday, Sunday.
And you just got to turn your eyes sometimes.
No, I see.
Don't want to absorb that one.
All right, let's interact with some people in our polls. Vote below. Ken, I want to know your answer to what golfer will be the best home run hitter on the PGA Tour. Who do you think will be the best home run hitter? We got Brooks Koepka. We got Bryson DeChambeau. Hold on, let me finish.
That's all I need to hear. That's all I need to hear.
But other is everybody else on the PGA Tour.
Brooks, Bryson, Minwoo, other.
Yeah, I'm taking Brooks.
Why?
He played baseball.
Okay. But you don't think anybody else, mechanically, speed-wise, strength-wise, composition-wise, when you look at him, you're like, oh, he's a home run hitter.
No, you know why?
Why?
Because the first pitch I'm going to throw is at his head. And then I'm going to throw it right here. And you got to make a business decision. Do you want to get back into the batter's box or not? Brooks played. So it's a business decision after I throw the first one at you.
Okay.
That's strong.
All right.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that Brooks's toughness, his broader athletic understanding and broader sports understanding is the reason that he's able to come into majors with a different type of
I think so.
strategy?
Mm-hmm. I think when you play multiple sports, you understand, different situations and different results. I mean, you get knocked down in football, you better get up. You get knocked down in basketball, you better get up. Baseball. Golf is a little different because it's more of a gentleman's game. Nobody really knocks you down.
Yeah.
Your friends may talk about you, but they're not trying to do you any harm.
Yeah. It's really, your ego, your confidence knocks you down, and you got to make a business decision.
Yeah, but
it's all self-imposed.
But every sport does it. But there's somebody implying force in other sports. Like I tell everybody, baseball is one of the hardest things to do. Golf is the hardest thing to do to make a living.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Ken, you've got a sweet swing in baseball and golf, but we got another sweet swing for you here from the par 3 contest. This is Jordan Spieth's son, Sammy Spieth, absolutely crushing it to kick off the par 3.
How sweet is that swing?
Yeah. I'm going to start my 5-year-old T-ball team with him. Jordan just doesn't know it yet.
I love it.
He's just going, he lives in Texas. He's going to have to come down to Florida. He got a little money, so AT&T and all that can pay for it. He can come on down. And I'm going to let him play shortstop and pitch a little bit but, No, he swung it really good yesterday. I got a chance to walk around and watch him, so it was nice to see.
Fun. Well, great. Ken, thank you so much. We know we got to let you get back to taking some incredible photographs. Thank you so much for coming on. And yeah, we're excited to follow along. It'll be great.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
All right, well, let's take a listen to some of the sounds from a busy Wednesday here at Augusta National.
No matter how good you feel, it does not mean you're going to play well. But you have to go out there and put what you have into a full game plan for Thursday through Sunday.
If you hold it in, it almost becomes, the fear almost becomes bigger. Instead of when you speak the truth out there, you kind of desensitize it in a way. I mean, it's maybe not the best analogy, but if you've seen 8 Mile with Eminem there, it's like before his final rap battle there, he just kind of disses himself. So it's like, okay, here I am. What else you got on me?
Whose idea was it to wear the same clothes today?
It was completely random, to be fair. Raz left the house a little bit earlier than me this morning, and then when I came out here, he was sitting in beige pants and a green jumper, and I said, Raz. Because I saw he left in a black shirt, so I thought, perfect.
Day after the players, she went into school, and there's a couple of kids that had said some stuff to her, and she came home to me that day and said, "Daddy, are you famous?" I said, I said, "It depends who you talk to."
I feel good, ready to roll. So sniffles aren't going to stop me.
Lots of ways to watch the Masters tournament today. Masters on the Range, live now on Masters.com and the Masters Tournament app. Features groups and holes 4, 5, and 6 are on now as well on Masters.com and the Masters app. And of course, the first round broadcast begins at 3 p.m. Eastern on Masters.com, the app, and ESPN. All right, Roger, it is time for Masters class. We're getting to the end of the show. A lot of debate today about who we wanted to put in our Masters class. So I'll let you do the honors.
You know what? I think that mine is coming in hot. I'm giving my Masters class today to the par 3 contest.
Just to the whole par 3 contest?
The par 3 contest as a whole, in particular to my boy Nico for getting it done. But I really just believe that it's one of my favorite ways to start off a big event. It's something that's family focused. It's around community. You know, it's a great experience for the patrons. It shows the lighter side before all of the players that we see go into battle. And I also want to celebrate all of those par 3 contest champions, because I will reiterate, you are a champion at Augusta National. Even if you don't become the Masters champion, you are a champion here at the Masters. And I think you need to be celebrated and take a seat right here in my Masters class. How you feel about that, Hally?
I love it. I think it's great. I am going to go, it's going to be a tight squeeze because I have 3 guys. They're going to be sharing one chair. It's our honorary starters. We've got Jack, we've got the Black Knight, we've got Tom Watson, and I just think what an incredible way, again, an amazing Masters tradition to kick off Thursday morning, to get play underway. The GOATs of our game all have green jackets, multiple green jackets, and yeah, I just think that they, what a way to pay tribute to these men that have really led the way for our game. So yeah, they're gonna all sit together on one chair in my Masters class.
The Masters treats its champions well. They treat their champions very well. Unprecedented.
Yes. Well, very cool, Roger. It has been an absolute pleasure. Before we go, I think we are going to be doing our Who to Watch, correct?
Yeah. So let's talk about our feature groups really quick. I'm rushing out to the course because I think that my feature group, my favorite group, is underway right now. I'm going to see Group 12, and I believe that's with Colin Morikawa, Joaquin Niemann, and Minwoo Lee. A couple of those people have made it into my fantasy team, and I think that it's just going to be a great ball striking group. There might be some chip-ins. There are going to be some long drives, and I haven't seen Joaquin play in a bit, but a lot of people have been rumbling that he's got what it takes to get it done here.
Okay, I am going to go with Group 29. Michelle, earlier was sort of alluding to wanting to root for someone that doesn't have a green jacket just yet, but is looking to get one. That's Mr. Rory McIlroy. He's in the group, as well as Ludwig Oberg, runner-up last year in his debut. Excited to see what he does this year. And they are both playing alongside Akshay Bhatia, and it also will be his second time playing in the Masters. So, Roger, we got to get out to the course, find our spots, put our chairs down.
When my group finishes up, I'll come over there and check yours out.
Sounds good.
I got vested interest in that group as well.
Well, that is it from us. Thank you all so much for watching Mornings at the Masters.
And hit us in the chat, tag us on socials, #MATM. We will see you tomorrow at 9. Oh, we loved having you here.
I miss you.
When you think about it,
Are you coming home?
I'll be there when you wake up.
half the trips the world takes are trips home.
I'll call you soon, Dad.
It's the feeling we all eventually long to get back to. No matter what took us away to begin with, we know because at Delta we're travelers, just like you, which is why we try to make you feel at home long before you even get there.